All right, so I'm excited today to talk to you about the latest flip that we purchased. This one actually came out of the MLS, and as we'll go through it here, uh, I think it's important to sort of point out that buying out of the MLS, at least in my model, is not easy. It takes time. They're hard to find. Um, in short, if it's in the MLS, it's available. It's out there on lots of different platforms: Zillow, Realtor, Redfin. The list goes on and on. And thus if I'm going to find a deal in the MLS that makes sense for profit for my investors, profit for me, worth our time, it needs to be scary. Frankly, it needs to have all kinds of things wrong with it. It needs to have probably three or four things wrong with it to keep the wave of buyers that have access to it from um, making an offer. So I thought I would go through one in detail as we just walked through it. Closed on Friday, did our walkthrough and created our plan on Sunday, and hopefully posting this on Monday. So just wanted to get this out there and show you what I mean by scary and all of that. So as always, go through the goal. We're going to talk about the next flip. We're going to go through, I think, 6 or 7 pictures, talk about each picture, what we saw, then go through the plan, and then show you how I expect this to end up. Again, we're going to talk about the pictures and the plan for each, and then sort of close with how I think it's all going to end. Okay, so this one out of the MLS is in I'll call it a semi-commercial area. There's actually a retail store of some kind to the left. There's a car wash across the street. It's a semi-busy street, that kind of stuff. I call it well lived in. It's been I'll call it abused for quite some time throughout, as you'll see in the pictures. It looks pretty bad from the street, so I can imagine lots of people saw it in the MLS. It had a relatively attractive price. They drove by it and just kept on driving. Which is you sort of mix in the semi-commercial area with just an eyesore. It's something that was going to get my attention and likely scare off a lot of people, which is obviously good for me. And then lastly, when we got through it, sorry for the misspelling there, it was really smelly. The floor, that should have said floor, sorry about that, was really sticky when we walked through it. It was sticky because they had the sort of peel off tiles that were sort of missing throughout. It offered a poor floor plan, which we're going to have to change. And it was rough. Again, if you were a new investor or someone coming from the Silicon Valley and saw this, you would be scared, which is exactly the right kind of stuff for me, because it allows us to go in and get a discount. We got this roughly 20% below asking price, which in a seller's market is hard, if not impossible. So we did that. We actually got them to trash out and clean the property. They didn't. We asked them to remove the tenant, or they offered to remove the tenant, and we accepted. So we had to wait 60 days to close, but that was a good thing because this flip's going to take under 90 days from purchase to sell, because it's now empty and we can get on it this week. So look at some pictures. So here it is from the outside. There's my good friend Brad Hardy there, looking at this new house, wondering what I got myself into. Gotta love those Christmas lights. It needs a thorough paint job. The main roof is fine. That little I don't know what you call that little porch area will need to be addressed and replaced. That roof's pretty bad. You'll see off to the left there those 2 little doors. That'll become important because we're going to create a lot of value with that. The fence that you see sort of open there in the foreground is going to get replaced because it's just like chicken wire. It's cheap. So lots of things to do. We're going to replace the windows and to really make it a solid flip. So I called this out earlier. Again, you can see sort of the rough shape of the exterior paint, and the wood for the most part's in a decent shape. There's a couple of things that will be replaced, but it's just been abused and not taken care of. So we'll be painting all of that. That room there, I think I have a picture at the end, is important because we're going to frame that out and turn that into living space because it's too small for a garage. You can see by the door size, but we're going to frame it out, flooring, window AC, all that stuff, which is going to become an important part of value and when we get done with this project. So here's the picture from the front door, sort of living room area. You can see the tiles, what I mean by just that sticky stuff. That's all going to get replaced. It's actually going to be our standard hardwood floor or laminate hardwood floor. It looks like hardwood, but it's laminate, I believe. Full paint, two-tone paints. We're going to get new ceiling fans, wall heaters there. You can see Olivia there going, what the heck did Zuber get me into? But we'll talk about that in a minute. Here's the kitchen. Actually, a couple of things. So first and foremost, the kitchen's, kitchen, it's going to get new cabinets, new counters, again, new tile floors. This kitchen, though, is actually going to get flipped because right behind this wall, and I'm sorry I don't have a picture of it, there's actually what's called a third bedroom that's really small. I'm talking 85 square feet small, so really small. What we're going to do actually is we're going to extend that wall that you see there. We're going to pull it towards us, probably 2.5, 3 feet, making that bedroom much larger, more like 150 square feet. And then we're going to do what's called flipping the kitchen. So we're going to basically take the stove and refrigerator that's now on that wall and take it and put it on the other wall. The sink will stay where it is, right in front of the window, but you're going to see all the appliances that are now to the left actually move to the right. Because right now there's just a sort of a 3 or 4 feet and then another wall. So we're gonna flip the kitchen, leaving the kitchen sink where it is, but everything else will just sort of be mirror image of that. That's going to be important because it'll give us a better layout, and more importantly, make what was technically a third bedroom, barely given square footage, into something that's far more livable. The other thing I realized, I didn't get a picture of the bathroom. The bathroom is sort of down this little hallway to the left. It's just going to be a full gut. It's a toilet, shower, tub, and we're going to put tile in there. So it's just a well-used bathroom that's going to get fully renovated. Backsplash and the whole bit. So here's a picture of one of the bedrooms. Again, not much to do in a bedroom. Paint, obviously repair the wall, brand new flooring. It'll be that hardwood stuff that we put in all of our units. Here's the other bedroom. I guess it'd be the master. It's got a ceiling fan. Again, we're going to rip everything out and replace it. So just paint, hardwood floor again, new ceiling fans, all that good stuff. And then closing with this picture. So again, we've already talked about the inside. That's going to become a real 3-1. I bought it as a 3-1 because technically that third room was just over the minimum square footage. But we're going to make that a real 3, with 3 decent-sized bedrooms, and then we're going to make this fourth area living space. You can get to it from the front or the back. It's already framed in, but we're gonna add insulation and all of that. We're going to add a window. We're going to add a window AC, so it keeps it cool. It's pretty warm in there. But that's going to become nice living space, and then ultimately sort of treat it as a fourth bedroom. So that's going to be important. So here are the numbers. We bought it for 100 grand, estimating somewhere between 20 and 25,000 in full rehab costs. Call it 10,000 in transaction costs, purchase, sale, all that. And then we're actually estimating somewhere between 175 and 185K given the market. This one here happens to be in Madeira, which doesn't have anything listed sort of below 150, and all of that stuff is in rough condition, just like what you just saw. So we figure when it's fully remodeled, looking brand new, it's going to be worth at least 175, and it could go for more than that. Might actually put it out at 179 and see if we get offers over. We're going to be obviously tracking the market. If it stays as hot as it is, you never know. We may go 189 or something. So in the end, that's that's the story. The beauty of this one though is because it's empty, we can get on it, get all the repairs done, call it less than 30 days. And even if we sell this one to an FHA buyer, which is going to be possible, because it will be fully remodeled and all of that, we expect the total transaction time, even if we had a 45-day close with a FHA buyer, at less than 90 days. So this is a relatively quick flip. It'll be a great return on capital for my investor. They're going to tie up 100 grand, standard story, but looks like they're going to get their 100 grand back plus their 20% profit inside of 90 days. That's the plan. So hopefully that made sense. Again, this flip would scare most people who haven't really done them, right? It's ugly, right? It's ugly. It's smelly. It's it looks abused. It's like, oh, what are you doing? But when you do enough of these and you realize that it's flooring, it's paint, brand new kitchen, brand new bathroom, paint the exterior, and it's amazing what 20 or 25 grand could do to a property. So in the end, if you have questions, leave them below, hit the like button, and as always, if you do me a favor and share this video to let folks know, that would be great. We're still looking to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we're stuck on 102 last time I checked. Have a great day.